Sheldon Catering launched the beginning of the Vocational Training and Employment Centre in the Northern Territory. Guest speakers included Senator Nigel Scullion, Minister Dave Tollner, Matthew O'Sullivan from Generation 1, and Karen Sheldon, the Managing Director of Sheldon Catering.
And I want to acknowledge the traditional owners, the Larrakia people, and pay my respects to those past and present. This wonderful country in which we're in is full of rich culture and heritage, and today we hope that the dreams of those old people are going to be realised through the aspirations of a program like this VTech. This is a fantastic initiative that's been rolled out right across the country, and I'd like to acknowledge the Minister Scullion, and the Australian Government for really taking the courage and the step to make this program possible. It was a pre-election commitment, and we're told that it will be one of the first programs to be rolled out, new programs under the government, and they're following through with it with earnest. So I'd like to acknowledge the Australian Government for making this program possible. Karen Sheldon, you're a true star, and this program is, you're chosen to deliver on VTech because of the great credibility and expertise and results that you've been getting not only recently but over many, many years. And VTech is it's a guaranteed job model. It starts with an employer who's prepared to make a commitment to employ someone, and it's then up to the individual going into that training course to commit to it, complete it, be competent in the skills that are required by the employer. Then they've got a guaranteed job at the end of it. I went to a VTech graduation, and I saw this graduation of about 14, 15 people, and they received their certificates, and afterwards we had a short little lunch, and I remember walking across and sat with this family. And there's this guy, his name is Bernard, he's sitting there with his wife and his two kids, and you should have seen the smile on these kids' faces. Just full of pride in what their dad's achieved. And the wife, equally, just beaming from ear to ear with this huge big smile. And Bernard sat there and he had that look in his face. You know when someone is, they're not boastful, but they're just really satisfied. And he was just satisfied with what he had been able to achieve by completing this course and moving into something that was going to really make a difference for his family. I sat there and I started talking to him, and I congratulated him on this great achievement of finishing this training course and now going into the new job. We spoke a little bit about the job that he was going into, and he was excited about the difference that it would make for him and his family. And his wife said to me, you know, Matt, what you see here this wasn't what it was like just only a few months ago when we were sitting together at Christmas Eve, and Bernard and I were talking about the fact that we thought that this might in fact be his last Christmas, because the grip of alcohol and other issues that were going on in his life was one way or another going to get him. And he'd been through training courses, he'd been through programs before, but had been hopeless. And now he's got this opportunity to go into a real job. I got talking to him and said, you know, tell me, what's that about? He said, well, you know, I've had jobs before. I've off and on, they've been great opportunities, but I've gone into them without any real confidence because I haven't had the skills to do the job, or you know, I haven't had the wherewithal to deal with the other things that are going on in my life, dealing with home situations and family and humbug and pressures that come in the community. And so I haven't had the resilience to be able to take up a job and keep a job. And I've gone on training courses before that haven't led anywhere, that haven't led to a real opportunity. And now I've gone through this program, but I started it with a commitment from an employer that if I complete it, I'm going to get the job. And not only have they trained me in how to operate the equipment and how to do the particular job, but they've also helped me to build my resilience and determined to and addressing some of the issues and the barriers in my life. And so you have this family now filled with such pride and such hope for their future because of the job and because of the fact that this program has empowered this person and to deal with the issues and to really So don't let anyone tell you that this VTech is just a training course. It's really about life and building someone for life and building into their capacity. And so we see some wonderful people around the room here have been through essentially a VTech, and now Karen's got this opportunity through Karen Sheldon Catering to train a further over 200 people into real employment. We've got employers that are committed under the Australian Employment Covenant, that have committed nationally over 50,000 jobs, that are going to be feeding into this program and ensuring that there are real jobs at the completion of any of these training courses. So, folks, it's a wonderful program, and I want to congratulate everyone that's involved in it, and thank you once again for all coming and sharing in this great celebration and this great launch. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honoured guests. As I look around the room, I don't know who to mention first, because there's so many people in this room right now who have actually helped our Future Stars program in the past to morph into what now is the first Northern Territory VTech. And we all know that the problem facing some of Australia's most highly disadvantaged job seekers, many of the Indigenous people in the Northern Territory, we know that to close that gap, as we keep talking about, on Indigenous employment in the Northern Territory, we know that we all need to work really closely together. We know that the only way that our VTech or any other program is ever going to be successful is